Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Small Talks with Tish and Larry for this new week's episode. And I would like to ask Mr. Larry, how are you doing this evening? Everything going good with you?
Doing pretty good. I couldn't wait until the week was over, but other than that, yeah, I'm great.
Feeling good tonight. That's wonderful.
How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Glad to be back with you this evening and happy to get the show on the road. So, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, we could dive straight in.
Gotcha. Well, I'm starting with this. And I was thinking about it, and you probably can agree with me and probably have some pointers that you could have on this piece of conversation we're about to start. The question of the night is, or multiple questions of the night. This is the first one. Does the check engine light on come on at 40 years old? Or would you say that you're not 40 yet? Has yours already started?
Yeah, mine started a couple years ago.
Couple years ago? What's going on with you?
Bad feet.
It's the feet.
Back.
Arms, leg, back, and breast.
You know what I'm saying? Might as well say. But yeah, feet. But my bad feet led to my bad back.
Because
And
you don't have a.
I don't have an arch. So I have to buy, like, trying to be young still and wearing
all these high priced tennis shoes.
Yeah, like the shoes that hurt my feet the most is like Jordans. Like I got a fresh pair of Jordans
Mine
that I
would be
bought.
those Air Maxes. Oof, boy, I swore I'd never wear another pair. They were so painful. Oh my gosh.
And now you want to wear stuff like that when we going to a place where we're gonna be out for hours.
This is me trying to stunt, as they would call it, at work, and really my feet were on fire. I was like, oh,
8-hour shift. Really?
I never knew they weren't meant for that. I just was trying to be stylish. I never knew.
Man, some of them shoes is just made for you to go somewhere and sit down.
You know what? Just to show off your outfit,
Yep.
match it with your shirt, your hat, maybe your outfit, and just going back to the car and drive home.
Like I didn't been to the point where I drive somewhere and I got like my bedroom shoes in the back seat.
Yeah.
So I'll drive with I'll drive with the bedroom shoes on.
Yeah.
Put the bedroom shoes in the back seat when I get to where I'm going. Put the sneakers on. Go in there for a little bit or whatever. Come back out to the car.
Yeah.
Put the bedroom shoes back on and go home.
Say your feet just can't suffer anymore.
I can't do more than 2 or 3 hours.
I swear, I get what you come from. Well, I asked that question because it seems like, for me, things are hurting that's never hurt before. Like I never had issues with my feet, like ever. And this past week or two has just been like, what is going on? Like I'm 41, so it's just like, is that telling me you're getting on up there? You're getting on up there because everything hurts, shoulders, back, like you say, just gosh, you get random headaches out of nowhere. And you know, I've had headache issues, but I haven't had it to the point where I used to complain a lot about it. Like it's not as bad anymore. This is like stuff just be happening to your body out of nowhere. It's like, is this the 40 plus thing going on with me, or is it just a bad week or something?
Nah. I was thinking mine was like maybe like a bad moment in time. Nah, it's what you're developing to. Now some stuff, I mean, if you go to the doctor and get it checked out or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like that's different. But I got some stuff that I can't go to the doctor for. Like my patience.
Yeah.
My patience, since I've gotten to be 38.
Yes.
My patience has.
It's wearing thin.
Thin ain't, man.
They say the older you get, it's just almost it's nothing there. Like you can't take it anymore.
My patience is being held together with chewing gum and like a piece of nylon string. Nah, chewing gum and a nylon string.
What is happening
that's what's
to you?
holding my patience together.
So you think the older you get, it does wear thin? Like it's just any little thing could just make you snap?
Yes.
Why does that come with older age, you think?
I don't know if it's older age or have I been biting my tongue for so long that I'm tired of biting my tongue.
Yeah.
But no, it can't be that. Yeah, people get on your nerves. When I used to be like, oh man. Like now it's like,
So you just side eye them. So you're more of a side eye kind of man now. Like, what you just say? Like like you want to get your point across. Like,
man, get the hell on. Get the hell on now. You about to make me mad.
But like I say, bad body, bad attitude, just bad everything.
I told you what the man said when I had the other job.
What'd he say?
The man said, all you want to do is come to work and get mad.
You?
Yeah, because, man, I got mad at him because he was doggone.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He was rough to work with.
And you said he wasn't giving you the direction you needed, or he wasn't taking his time.
Wasn't giving the direction, and then like he was a close talker. You know how I feel about close talkers.
Yeah, it was a lot of spit flying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So he was like,
wow, in your eye. Lord have mercy. Now that'll make anybody go off right there.
Yeah,
bro.
let me step back, man.
Yeah, it's just a little.
Lost this job
a touch,
tonight.
just a teed. So we can say with older age, we've got to get our attitudes under control as best as we can, and take better care of our bodies.
Definitely take better care of our bodies.
The older we get, we need to definitely just be more in tune. When something's not going good, go on to the doctor, check it out, and just make sure that we're actually okay, and not just let it just build and build until you just can't bear it anymore.
Yeah, because like rest in peace to Ananda Lewis. Her story, like, you know, watch it, like us growing up watching Teen Summit and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, her story really, it was a sad story, man, because like, she was one of those, like, you think celebrity status, she had the money to do stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But she chose not to
get the help she needed.
Get the help, like, or at least go that direction. So she chose
like having chemo and things like that.
Yeah, she chose. I think they did something called fractional radiation or something. Yeah. And it's like, instead of receiving the whole radiation setup, like, she was getting like bits of radiation. I'm not sure how they do that, but it wasn't the full blast or whatever. And herbal medicines and stuff like that.
Trying to go more of a natural route than doing the full chemotherapy.
But knowing, I mean, you make the decision you make, but they say her and her friend both had they basically cancer at the same time. And her friend chose to go the medical route. Okay. And what they call it when they cut both the women breasts off? Is it mastectomy or something like that?
I'm not for sure. You want me to check it for you?
Nah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
But they said a friend had that done. Friend is okay. Wow. She refused to have it done. You know what I'm saying? And going the route she went, it wound up spreading and turning into what it turned into. Yeah. So I say all that to say, like, definitely go to the doctor.
Right. I had my actual first breast exam this year. Thank God everything came out good, but it's just it's crazy. We go to the doctor for like regular checkups, but there's so much underneath the layers that you don't get checked regularly. Like, a lot of people get their colonoscopy done. That's really important. I've never had that yet.
That's only at certain ages, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, some of that stuff could be found even before those ages. People have died of colon cancer in their 20s, in their 30s.
But the doctor's going to recommend you. Now, I mean, yeah, there's certain situations or whatever, but the doctor's going to recommend at a certain age. You know what I'm saying?
Like I just say, it's with cancer, you can't really tell when it starts or when it's where part area of your body it could possibly even, take over. Because I remember talking to my doctor, and she was like, one of her another doctor she worked with, her husband was like the bill of health. The man was out and about, he was very healthy, and just happened to get some type of test done, and his body was like had a cancer in it, like, and I think it might have been colon cancer or something like that. So it's we get those regular checkups, you could be feeling fine, but underneath that we don't know what's really going on unless you get those very thorough tests.
That's true.
And for Ananda, I well, whatever steps she chose to take, she might have thought this could possibly work, and unfortunately it did not work for her. But it's like, if you have different opportunities to choose different methods, I mean, you pray the method you choose is going to be one that's the best. But I hate it for her that it wasn't the right method. But I mean, we can't tell with cancer what it could turn into or how long we have after we find out something like that. But like, definitely rest in peace to her. And like I said, if something's going on with your body, get those things checked out as best you can. Whatever options you have, do your part as far as what the doctor tells you and the treatments. What's best for you.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, being that we was talking about health stuff, and that's something like definitely, like you said, go to the doctor and get your regular checkups. If you're feeling not normal,
any little thing, don't just gloss over it. We all do, but go and just see your doctor. It might be something that's very serious, so just don't take your life for granted. You can't.
But what you got next for us?
This one had me laughing, trying to get on more of a bright subject, but it was funny to me. It's called The Simplest Forms of Torture. What is something that's simple, but it could drive you insane? And my torture for me would be, it's a simple torture, nothing truly bad. It's it's very hot, like extremely hot. Let's say your air conditioner isn't working. And you have to sleep with a blanket on with socks on. To me, that would be a form of torture. Sleeping in socks is a form of torture. But just imagine not having air to go along with it and a blanket is covering you.
I agree. I agree with that one. This is going to sound crazy. And I thought about this one day when I was driving. Yeah. Have you been eating something in the car and crumbs fall on your shirt? Right? Now,
I don't even look. I just keep going.
So it's not. So hold on. So is it a torture for you?
Is it a torture for me? Not really. No.
It's a torture for me. That's why, like, you don't really see me eat and drive, because I can't stand dropping crumbs on myself and doing that.
Why?
I don't know. Because like, it will make sense to wait till you get to where you going. Get out the car and do that.
So you don't want to do it and have it fall into the car.
Basically.
You know they have vacuums for that, right?
I ain't got to do all of that. What
if your drive is 6 hours away? You're gonna leave a stack.
I leave it right there. But it's gonna kill me the whole time it's there.
You know what's gonna happen while you got that stack sitting there?
What?
Little ants. So just gonna come off your shirt and start eating.
But I don't know why that bothers me. I can't stand. I really can't stand riding with the crumbs on me. But I can't stand doing that and knocking it in the car.
It's getting done. I don't care. I'll back it up later.
Like that's a torture for me.
So just the torture for you is just a sitting crumb. I never knew that.
Yeah, like food falling on me or crumbs falling on me. Like, hell, I don't care if it's salt from a French fry.
What is wrong?
If I look down,
there's no way you can barely see that. Be for real.
Not if you have on, like, if I got on this shirt right here and I'm eating fries and I see salt flakes, it's gonna kill me not to do this, but I ain't gonna want to do this because it's in the car.
That crumb off your chest.
Get that crumb off your chest. But
that junk going on the floor so fast, it ain't gonna make no sense. And ain't gonna think about it 2 seconds later.
And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not.
He is.
I promise you.
Y'all don't hype him up. Don't even
promise
act like
I'm
y'all don't flake that stuff down on the ground.
Because
that is hilarious.
Some people do it with no problem. Like, they drop something off.
You're talking to your wife. I'm the one.
Oh,
I'm the one.
I'm
the 100th percentile. I
didn't say you do it. But I'm just thinking to myself, after you do this, now you got to vacuum that up.
Oh, well. That's what quarters are for.
Crazy. Just wasteful.
I never knew that bothered you like that, but that's why your shirts be so clean. Okay.
Only thing I don't do is wear a bib.
Probably need one.
Now, another torture.
Please.
Okay. Now, you see, I got the long beard. I can't stand when I get too close to like a drink or food or something, and
It gets in it.
Mess around and get that bottom portion.
Ooh.
And then, as time go on, I smell the food or I smell the drink.
You can smell that in the beer?
I can smell it.
Ooh.
Maybe it's just me, but I'll be like, I'll grab my beard like
I've
this
never
right
smelled nothing but good smells from your beard, so you must take extremely good care of it.
Yeah, because but like, let's say it's a hint of mustard. Yeah, I just had to pick something that had a
tang to it.
A tang to it.
A twang to it.
2 hours after I ate, I'm smelling mustard. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my hand and go like this right here.
And flick a crumb of mustard on your shirt.
And and I'm going to see, did I mess around and dip my beard in something?
I never knew you had those issues. So you eating food, I thought it was like most of you eating, it drops down in the beard or something like that.
It's most of the time I catch the, like if I catch the bottom, or if I'm eating something, a lot of times I mess around and catch the bottom. So that's why, like, when I eat real close to.
Okay. So you ain't got no mishaps. Everything just either go back in the plate or either just on your mouth.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it. You don't want anything to be smelling off in your beard or nothing like that, because you don't got a chance to really wash it out after it happens, depending on where you are, if you're at work or if you're out and about. So at least you got the good hygiene.
I mean, that's one thing I say. People might call me fat, but you won't call me stank. That's one thing. I may not be the most handsomest person, but you sure won't call me stank.
You gotta stop.
You'll say,
you're handsome to me. That's all that matters.
Well, I appreciate it. But you'll say, like people will say, well, that big ugly nigga.
See, now, hold on.
He smell good.
Hold on now. You better watch the tone. You better watch the tone. They better talk about you like that. But okay.
But that's one thing I pride myself on.
Oh yeah, gotta be a handsome young man. Yeah.
you know I try. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so that's all your 2 tortures for you?
Yeah, that's the 2 big ones. I ain't never said that out loud, but that's the 2 big ones.
Well, I got you. So we're gonna move into some fun entertainment for tonight.
Yeah.
I have to find my list because I posted it on TikTok and it blew up, and it's still going up, and people are still cursing and ranting, raving in the comments. I'm like, they're losing their minds. But earlier this week, Billboard brought out a list. The list contained the top 10 R&B singers of all time, and I'm going to read off the list to you.
What number was I?
Unless they didn't really think about you, didn't see you on there. Don't know why. All right.
The way I be singing in the shower.
That's what I said. But back to this list. The list shocked me, and I'm gonna tell you why it shocked me. But I'm gonna read the names off for you first. Number 1 was Stevie Wonder. 2, Aretha Franklin. 3, Michael Jackson. 4, Beyonce. 5, Whitney Houston. 6, James Brown. 7, Prince. 8, Mariah Carey. 9, R. Kelly. 10, Marvin Gaye. I'm going to say why it shook me because you probably know why.
There's only 5 R&B artists that I heard.
Really?
Yes.
Who?
R. Kelly. Who else you said?
Okay, it was Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Whitney Houston, James Brown, Prince, Mariah Carey, R. Kelly, Marvin Gaye.
All right, Mariah Carey, R. Kelly, Marvin Gaye, Whitney, and Beyonce.
Okay. You don't consider Aretha
not R&B?
Not R&B. Stevie?
Not R&B.
Michael?
Not R&B.
Prince?
Not R&B.
What are they?
Pop.
They're
Soul.
pop to you? Oh.
James Brown.
James Brown soul. So maybe they're just in the category because of, it's rhythm and blues. So
see, when they do stuff like this, like I don't.
Before we get into your
okay, go ahead.
What you want to say? Is it just me, or should Michael have not been number 1?
Michael shouldn't be in the list.
So Michael is not. He shouldn't be included because he's pop. You feel?
Yeah, he's the king of pop.
I mean, I know he's the king of pop, but Michael does also have R&B music.
His hits was what?
So a lot of my stuff is R&B that I love from Michael.
Mm-hmm.
And I know his bigger songs like Black and White and all things like that. Yeah, they're on the pop level, but for me, his R&B stuff is some of the best music ever.
Not saying it's not, but genre that he's classified in, like when he won his Grammys, I wish I had that handy. When he won his Grammys, who was the artist he was up against? I'm pretty sure it was not. It wasn't R. Kelly. He went in the category with R. Kelly.
He wouldn't have been back in the height of his career though, would he? Because that would have been younger him.
I guess you're right. I don't think he would have been in the category with Marvin Gaye. Like he would have been over with what's that woman, that white lady name?
Madonna? No,
not Madonna. I can't think. If I wouldn't even brought it up, I would have been able to say it. But yeah, the way they classify certain artists, I don't like Stevie Wonder. Do you see Stevie Wonder as an R&B artist?
Yeah.
I can't say he's R&B.
You don't think so?
I don't know what he is, but I can't say it's R&B.
You know, what is it? Is it the song As? He has So you don't feel living. What is it? What's the one we love? The City song. That
yeah, you know.
I mean, that's
that
more
song.
of a storyteller song, but I mean, he has good R&B songs.
You know, I love
Ribbon in the Sky.
You calling it R&B, but you know, I love Stevie Wonder music. But what I'm saying is, him being classified as an R&B artist.
Ribbon in the Sky.
I don't care what you.
I mean, we have to go by. I mean, I'm thinking Billboard.
When did R&B start?
You asking the wrong questions. I don't know.
Because at a certain point, they did not classify that genre as R&B at a certain point. So I'm saying, like, a lot of these artists is being put in the R&B category, and it wasn't even a category yet. Like, so really before Mary J. Blige, and I'm maybe.
And when I looked at that, she wasn't even on it. That's crazy.
I'm just saying.
Dang. Mary probably said, "Wow." I mean, it's probably a bigger list, but she's not top 10.
That's what I'm saying. Like you jumped over a lot of people to put, and nothing against those artists like Aretha Franklin, and man, nothing against them. Yeah. But are they really R&B?
I guess that's just something that they chose. But back to the list. There was a lot of hoopla about where Beyonce was placed. Do you feel she's where she needs to be? And they also said Chris Brown should have been in the top 10.
I was thinking Chris Brown was missed.
Really?
I think Babyface should be in there too.
Wow, you're right.
Yeah.
And it was like R. Kelly shouldn't have been in it at all.
I don't agree with that. James Brown.
So you feel that James and Aretha should have been in a whole nother
category? Yeah.
Soul is what they should have been in.
See, James Brown is the godfather of, what is it, soul?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it soul or funk?
Probably both.
But like, it shouldn't be that category.
Right.
They should be somewhere, but it shouldn't be that category.
Right. And they said they think they bring these lists out to get people riled because they know people were going to get upset about where Beyonce was placed. They were saying she didn't deserve to be up there either. And then people in the comments that I had on my TikTok were like, yes, she does because she's done so much, and said she's pretty much lasted this long. So it's been almost 30 years.
Now she's what they call it, transcended genres.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you kind of gotta.
Right.
But Mariah did the same thing.
Right.
Has transcended genres.
That's true.
So, like, if you got Mariah in there, because Whitney, I ain't gonna lie, Whitney was for a split second, I'm like, Whitney may not even belong in there. But I let Whitney rock. Whitney could rock to me before Aretha in
Do you feel
R&B
Whitney
category.
could have possibly been number one on this list?
No, not number one. I feel honestly. I know you ready to hear it, ain't it? You ready to hear what
I need to hear it.
Honestly, out of that list, my number one R&B would have to be R. Kelly.
So he should be number one.
He put the R in R&B. It was not R&B until R. Kelly. It was something else in B.
So it was Robert and Blues? That's what you're saying? I'm not going there with you.
But just like all seriousness, like this man's whole catalog is R&B. Like there was no transcending genres. Like he played around with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But he's hip hop to the core. I mean, he's R&B to the core.
Yeah.
He wrote. What's the song he wrote for Michael Jackson?
You talking about? Hold on. You Are Not Alone?
Yeah, like
that was a beautiful song.
He wrote that for Michael Jackson. Now they'll say, man, he can't read. He damn sure figured out a way to put that together.
Well, Fortunate by Maxwell too.
See?
Oh yeah, now, he can write. Oh yes, like I don't know where the not reading part come from, but when I say hits, R. Kelly put out some hits for people. He did.
That's what I'm saying. Like they talking about where Beyonce need to go at. Like R. Kelly got to be number one in that list. And like I say, those five, I don't even feel they belong in there.
I'm gonna stick to Michael should have been number one. That's just my opinion.
New Edition. They was the 80s. They was R&B, right? All right, so they would be before. I'm trying to pinpoint where did R&B start.
Probably the 80s. Definitely the 80s.
So Stevie Wonder would not be in that. So them Stevie Wonder hits was before that.
But you know, Stevie does have songs in the 80s.
Not saying he don't.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, his major hits came before the 80s. Marvin Gaye. You kind of got to give it to Marvin Gaye. You gotta let him be in there. Prince don't have my type of music, but was it R&B though?
You know, he did a lot of instruments too. Prince possibly could have been even in rock, honestly.
It may be more funk style. But I'm not because they're gonna kill me in the comments. I'm not gonna comment on Prince because I'm not really familiar with his music like that. You know what I'm saying? But the stuff I've heard is a toss up. You know what I'm saying? He would be in there before James Brown. Okay. That's just my opinion.
And with James, you said he had more of a soul feel. It wouldn't have been in this category.
It's a man's world. And it wouldn't be nothing. Nothing. Oh. Go ahead.
Yeah, I see you. It's about to get into your group. We know you love those old sounds.
Yeah, my daddy used to play that in his...
On Juneteenth, I heard him. They played him, Say It Loud. I'm black and I'm proud. I was like, they picked the perfect song and he made it. That's crazy.
But like my daddy used to play that in his 67 307 Bel Air. And he had some house speakers in the trunk.
People just do anything.
And he had a white tape, a white cassette tape.
So that was his jam.
That was all James Brown. And he used to play that. Well, I listened to James Brown so much when I was a child. I got tired of it.
You know that's bad when a child gets tired of James Brown. Don't know what he's talking about.
He played James Brown. My mama played Temptations.
So they were more of the 60s type of listeners. Oh, yeah. They're like the old school James. Well, then they was going to give you that funk. That's where that love for music is just in your blood. I'm telling you.
Truly. Yeah.
So in your opinion, you say R. Kelly. I say Michael Jackson on the list, and we just gonna rock with those two answers.
So Michael Jackson is your number one for
me,
that list.
Yes.
All right. So R. Kelly kind of trumps Michael Jackson because he wrote a hit song for Michael Jackson.
No. We still gotta go back to how great Michael is to the world in general. So no.
I mean, hey,
greatest artist of all time.
If you wanna judge it that way,
I mean, Kills is cool, but Michael Jackson. I was listening to Michael today, and I realized Michael is a phenomenal artist. Like all his stuff from the 80s on up till like his 90s, even 2000s. I can listen to this man's music and not get tired of it. Like, I'm saying at all, it's that good. It's insane how good he sounded.
What's crazy, like the Thriller album.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
The Sonics on the Thriller album. I've only heard one other album that I can think of offhand that has the Sonics like that Michael Jackson album. And it would be Silk Sonic's album.
Really? Wow.
The quality of the sound.
From the instruments in the background?
Yeah, the quality of the sound gave me the feeling.
That's a great comparison.
Of the Michael Jackson Thriller album.
Now that's a great comparison. I know they would be like, wow.
Like whoever
produced
and mixed.
Shoot, some of the producers from that era might still be around. You never know. They could have had something to do with that album.
And I'm pretty sure people probably say, nah, it was this album. But the sonics of that Thriller album, and this is an album made in the 80s. If you listen to it today, the sonics is crazy. To say you could listen to that in 2025 and it still feels fresh. It sounds fresh.
I'm telling you, Michael, most of his music is like that. And I just be listening like, just in the car ride, like this does not sound like it's even old. Like it's crazy how good it sounds and how advanced he was before even this time now. Like his music still, when you hear it, sounds so crisp and just, it's like, man, whoever was like putting that music together back then, that was some phenomenal talent right there. Like they were amazing.
I mean, well, Quincy Jones.
Oh yeah,
he masterminded a lot of that.
That's crazy.
Like, man, it was a guy I used to watch. I can't think of the man's name offhand, but he was responsible for recording the vocals.
Yeah.
And he was showing different ways that he had the microphone set up for certain things, and I'm like, if y'all took this type of passion for everybody's album, not just Michael Jackson. If y'all did this for everybody's album, it would be a lot more hits. You know what I'm saying? For everybody.
They probably, when you think back, that's probably where most of that great music came from, though.
Nah, it was something different about the way they.
And who knows? Like, something tells me that Michael really was on them people. Like, no games.
Man, this man had to set up. Like, it was a room, I guess Michael Jackson was in, and he had like a microphone that was high, microphone that was low, microphone that was high, microphone that was low. And it was like a series of microphones. And he had Michael Jackson in there, and Michael Jackson would, I guess, do his notes or whatever.
Yeah.
And because of the placements of the microphone is why when you listen to it, it sounds like his vocal sounds fuller.
Okay.
Because you're catching his vocals at different, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all ain't did that for everybody album.
Hey, this is like superstar status here, so he's gonna get the treatment that no one else might have gotten. But look what we got though. What we got from his creativity, and then the creativity of those behind the scenes. So.
I mean, this is true, but I'm just saying, like, if y'all use that technique for him, y'all could have used it for everybody.
Then they probably would do that for other people, and they weren't as good, so they were like, "Yeah, we're not gonna do that for them anymore."
A waste of time. Now you do all that stuff and it still be trash.
Like, I know how to do all this, and it's just nothing. Like, it doesn't even sound good. But yeah, I just thought that list was so cool to go over, and I was like, I had to get your point of view, and I had to have mine. But yeah, I'll just say that was a good list. But on to the next subject.
What you got for us?
Now this is serious. I'm not sure if you've seen anything about it, but have you heard the talks of World War III?
Yeah.
What is the state of the world in right now? What is happening to us? What is even a cause of that being mentioned?
The fact that Iran and Israel, they're having, like, they've always had issues
Back and forth.
back and forth.
I think even when we went to church with our pastor, he was speaking of Israel. I think they were having issues then. That was over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's probably even further. I'm sure it's even further back
it's
than
farther back than that. And
biblical times.
see, the thing is, I know Iran said that if the U.S. jumps in, they'll start messing with the bases. That's because at first you'll look at it like, oh, they're gonna try to do something to America, like come over here to the land of America.
Yeah.
They're gonna start messing with American bases.
That's based over there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you know that they'll have an advantage like that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of, they're saying basically like Trump is on notice or put them on notice, like, all right, y'all keep on, we gonna jump in or whatever.
Goodness.
I really don't know, because who shot first in this back and forth?
I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I do remember them saying there's been strikes at Israel. So maybe they did that to them first, and then they decided to strike back.
I mean, that could be the case. It might have been not.
This is the first time I've heard where they actually did something to Israel. Like, I'm shocked behind it.
I might be wrong, but I don't know why I was thinking that I heard that Israel shot first.
Wow. That might be where they retaliated then, because I definitely seen where they said they struck back. So I'm like, wow, you don't really, like, you hear about Israel in the Bible, so it's hard to tell for me if another country's in the wrong, because you always hear about that God's people are from Israel. It's the Holy Land. Like, I'm not even sure. Like, I don't want to get too into like the Bible as far as that, but when you hear about Israel, it's based around God, and it's based around where His holy people are from, and it's like, do you want to go to war with a land like that? It's something.
See, at the end of the day, the day gonna end.
You ain't lying about that, boy.
But at the end of the day, like what you just said, that's a Christian belief. So like Iran, I'm not sure what they believe in, but I'm pretty sure it's not the Bible.
You think it's more of a maybe Muslim?
Yeah, they're probably
Islam.
Muslim, so they have their own take on it.
Yeah. And
so
that's weird to me with Islam and the Bible, because a lot of it's similar. A lot of it has the same stories, and it's like, is it the fact that that's Allah and then we go by a different God?
Yeah, but I think Allah still means, I don't want to be wrong. I think it still reference God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's just different perspectives of certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is gonna be real minimized, you know what I'm saying? If I seen somebody fall, and you seen them fall, I was standing beside you. My point of view of what I seen is gonna be different than your point of view, even though we standing side by side. But you seen it from a different angle. You may have seen that the person tripped.
Yeah.
I didn't see the trip. I just seen that they failed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the way it is. But like I say, I just minimized it really. But what they beliefs is I don't think aligns with what we believe in when you talking about like on the Christian side.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's I can't say for sure. Theirs may say the opposite that land is not the Holy Land. It
Right,
may be
it's true.
the other country is the Holy Land. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Like that could be the beef itself.
Right.
No, we the chosen ones. No, we the chosen.
And it's always that chosen one thing,
Yep.
and it's like, can we all just be? Like, let's be.
Nah, some people want to be the man just cause.
The way you enjoy yourself with these sayings, it kills me. But anyway.
Nah, because like some of these old sayings or lines from movies,
yeah,
they be really deep.
Say they be on point.
Yeah, they be really deep. They be on point, huh?
You're right. I mean, I don't know if they want to be the man just cause, but what the Bible said, they are the men.
And that could be the case too?
They are the chosen. But it's like, man, I got my prayer shield on because I hope none of that is happening in the world. We don't need anything like that going on. A world war, like we've never seen nothing like that. I mean, we know that we have our troops and we have our people over there always consistently fighting, but to say different countries going back and forth, I don't want to be a part of anything like that.
You see, if they beefing and they fighting each other, I don't know what it would take for us to step in, but if we step in, what I'm worried about is big dog over there.
China.
Nope.
Russia.
Because for some reason, with the way is, and this right here is going to be real.
But you know, that's the same thing though. So it's really the same set.
But it seemed like the way the news presents who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. To us, they present Russia as the bad guy.
Don't we have good ties with Russia though, or we don't? I could have sworn. Is it Putin?
Putin, yeah, Trump.
Isn't Trump and Putin?
I can't say it's good ties. Like Putin, I think Trump went and met with Putin because I don't think Putin liked Biden. So Trump went and met with Putin, and I guess he tried to smooth it out best way he could. But it was something said to us about helping Ukraine.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The
I
millions
think
that were given,
we gave the money and all of that.
It's a lot of money.
So I think Putin, whatever we did, I think it made it right. But anyway, we're told that certain countries is good, certain countries is bad. Like we don't know anything different because we haven't been over there.
News perspective of it.
We're just going by what the news tells us. All right, so if Israel is told to us that they're the good guys, Iran has told us that they're the bad guys. We step in to help the good guys fight the bad guys, and then Russia has told us it's a bad guy. We they gonna step in to help they side, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's, I don't know what to believe when it comes to
like different perspectives of how
who's right, who's wrong,
like what countries are in the wrong and whose side we should be on, like pretty much. Because we're pretty much like I said, you have to feel for people over there because they're constantly involved in those types of things, and we're blessed to thank God that we can live a normal life. But these people have to deal with that every day, just wars in their backyard, just something always happening.
This may, I don't know, it may not make sense to anybody else. We have a lot of beef and stuff over here based on social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Them people over there got beef and they don't live like we do.
Right.
So what are y'all doing?
I just don't know. It's like their own civilians aren't protected. It's like,
but what are you doing? Like, y'all ain't on social media like that. Y'all ain't like, it's not running y'all country the way it is over here.
I don't think it has anything to really do with social media. They have more problems and issues to deal with than what we have over here. Like, this stuff is like, it's in their land. They have to deal with so much as far as, are they going to get struck by something this next day, or is something going to happen where they have issues where they can't get food in certain countries and different things. Like, they have social media, probably just a small portion of something they can enjoy a little bit, or where they're trying to share what's going on in their country, but they have so much stuff they have to deal with that's actually scary because...
But that's what I'm saying. over here, you know how many people then lost their lives because of social media?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you said something online and then somebody pull up on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And these people are just trying to live, and I'm assuming it's their governments maybe that are having issues between each other, and the poor people are just pretty much caught in the middle of probably their leaders that are having issues. Like, our leaders can have issues and we can go on about our day like, oh, what is Trump doing? Oh, what's Biden doing? What's when the president has did something wrong, we can just say something about him and we go on to work. Those poor people, something go wrong or right, they don't know if a target is on their back in their area there, you know, or missiles coming their way. Like, that's the type of life, like, you have to be,
it just seemed like,
you just have to be like, man, like, why is it so much turmoil? Like, your civilians can't even rest because there's so much going on.
And I don't want to be insensitive to what's going on because I don't know the true backstory. Like I said, I don't want to be insensitive because I don't know the true backstory. But it just seems like it's a conversation that could be had. And instead of having a conversation, it's like, oh, you gonna send a bomb? Hell, send 100 of them. We gonna strike you back. Wow. And it's like, why not just let's talk this thing out? And a lot of it be over land.
Yes, it does.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's land that,
like, okay, a small strip of land, like, somebody wants to control it, and it's like, why y'all? That's what makes me want it. There's got to be something holy, because why are y'all fighting over something like that?
And like, I know a guy at work was breaking it down to me about there's a canal and it's in that area. I'm not sure exactly where, but it's in that area. But it's where a lot of trading goes on.
Oh, okay.
And so like all the countries use this canal. But I'm thinking U.S. If an ally of the U.S. has control over the canal, then it's a good thing.
Yeah.
If we don't have control over the canal, then it's a bad thing. All right. So if it is that area, they want that country or whatever to have control over it. And my whole thing is, the trading part, we get stuff from everybody,
right,
in our country. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're gonna get your merchandise anyway, why does it matter who controls the canal?
That's got to be a money thing. Somewhere, someone's either. To me, it seems like it's got to be an issue with money. Somebody's just trying to control it because of some type of money they're trying to get. It just seems like you should all be able to share evenly with whatever merchandise is coming through there.
Because you're not gonna cut us off,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because like, we still can be self-sustaining. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna cut us off, but certain stuff, man, it's like y'all could just have a conversation. And if
it was that easy, we wouldn't be talking about it.
No, them people are too damn old to be sitting up there acting like damn kids. You could talk to each other,
right? Without all the.
They old, man. That's what it is. They old.
It just doesn't take all that violence, I don't feel, to get their points across.
They set in their ways, and they using their people. They using their people like they're chess pieces on the chessboard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right, you struck this over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock your piece off the board. Man, these real people you talking about.
This stuff is like, this has been years of this going on, like years. They can't get any rest, man, and this has been constant, and it needs to stop. It really does need to stop.
But yeah, I'm about to get amped up, man. Yeah, what
we don't want you amped up. Okay, I think with this is probably going to be more on the entertainment side of things. We're going into Game 7 this Sunday. OKC and the Pacers. We haven't had a Game 7 since LeBron and the Cavaliers and Golden State a few years back. So, how you feeling about that? What are you thinking? Who do you think is going to take home the crown? Who's getting that championship?
I'm going with OKC.
I already got my $20 in the pot, so I'm going to stick with the Pacers. If they can pull it out one more time, they got this. One more time. They gotta do it away from home, though, so it's gonna be rough because they got a very amped arena, so there's gonna be a lot of yelling.
That ain't true.
But if LeBron and them can do it, they can do it.
No. Well, y'all, I think we didn't talk about it already. But yeah, she bet me $20 that the Pacers gonna win. I say OKC gonna win. By the time y'all see this, I'll be using my 20 to buy something. But no, did you hear about the Lakers?
No.
Lakers got sold.
How did the Lakers get sold? How?
The family sold it.
Why?
You want to know how much?
Yes.
$10 billion.
I want to have bought it. Was it Michael? Was it Magic Johnson?
No, you ain't got $10 billion. No knock on Magic. I'm just saying. I know you ain't got them $10 billion, but they said it was some investor.
Oh man, that had to be more than one person. There's no way.
They just named him. I guess he may be the majority.
That wasn't Elon Musk, was it?
Hell no.
Woo! How I say, boy,
he could have. That's the crazy part. He could have bought 3 teams.
Definitely Jeff Bezos, him as well. That's crazy. They have that much money. It's insane. That's insane. I gotta find a way to weasel my way into these type of cliques, right? I gotta figure it out.
Nah, you just like one thing that I've seen over the years.
Mm-hmm.
You create a demand.
I demand to be a part of the billionaires club.
I mean, we all demand certain things, but that's not how you create a demand.
I know.
That's why, like, all right, just for an example, let's say Elon Musk made the electric car, right? But he didn't make the charging stations for the car. You get a dude from South Carolina who came up with the idea, hey, I'm going to start making charging stations. There's a demand for charging stations. You know what I'm saying? And now he has the contracts or whatever to make these charging stations.
Right.
So, like, they made like a cell phone.
Yeah.
There's a company that said, hey, we going to make the wall blocks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to make the car charger. Like, there's got to be a demand. You create the demand.
Right.
So, and I look at that as almost, like you ever see where, with certain diseases, they have the disease and then you got the cure or the antidote. I would say, well, I call it the cure. Because what was the antidote for?
What do you mean? Like,
what was the antidote? Like, when, in cartoons, this is the antidote.
They never really said it. They just said it was an antidote.
But was it for a disease?
See, I'm lost at the moment. I'm not sure.
But you create the problem, and here's the solution.
Yeah.
And that's how you become a billionaire.
Yeah. They definitely that's when you really have got the supply on hand. Like that's got to be a good feeling to know people are just trying to get their hands on your product.
But that's why everybody's going to stuff that's internet based.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So you create and like it's endless the stuff that you could do with the internet.
That is true.
So they're creating the problem and they sell you the solution.
You see so much of that every single day on the internet, especially during ads on YouTube. It's constantly, we can help with this and we can help with that. And it's just like, you don't want to choose the wrong thing, but there's so much out there being sold to you.
Man, some stuff that's getting sold to you, you didn't even know that you need
it. Oh, you definitely don't need it.
I need that.
Gosh, if you're ever scrolling on TikTok, you're sold something every few seconds. I can't even force myself to watch certain videos because I see that little shop thing at the bottom. And it's like, I want to support, but I know this is so you can get money, and I gotta go. It's like if some things does catch my eye, I will throw it in my cart because it's like, hey, that might be a product I'll need in the future. But most of the time, we don't need that stuff. We don't need all that.
If you didn't need it yesterday, you sure don't need it today.
You're a mess. This is correct, but Yeah, 10 billion for a team. Man, I wonder if that 10 billion is to, are they going to do a lot of changes to the Lakers, or
They
is it
said the man already talking about shaking things up. But you gotta think about it. What went into that
mm-hmm.
10 billion?
Mm-hmm.
You got LeBron on your team.
That is true.
You got the face of the NBA on the team that you're purchasing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that brought that it might have was worth $8 billion, but with LeBron on their team,
and he's worth one, so that's
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that made a difference. So that's probably why they said we gotta sell it now.
I wonder what made the family just say they were done. Maybe because the Lakers hadn't been maybe back to the championship, or
I don't think it's that. Y'all just won a championship in what 2020.
Yeah.
So it ain't that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the lady who's running it, I think she's getting older.
Yeah.
And probably want to live regular life for a little bit.
So when the family sells it,
they probably still got. I'm thinking you didn't
stock in it or something.
Yeah, you still got stock in it, or you still connected to it.
Yeah.
You just ain't
the main face of it anymore. Okay.
Majority shareholder.
That's a lot of money for a team, but I sure hope whoever's got it can make a turnaround, because I know the Laker fans are ready to get back in that championship. They want to be where the OKC and Pacers are at this moment.
Of course, but as an owner or as a new owner, like you're not. There's no way you could fail.
Yeah.
Owning the Lakers.
That is true.
Like there's no way
they have
could fail.
Lifetime fans.
Yeah.
I mean, on 2 years old on up, it's never going anywhere.
They sell little baby Laker jerseys.
Trust, I've seen the babies with Laker jerseys on, little baby booties, all that.
So it's like you can't fail. The fact that they decided to sell now.
Hey, they've had it for a long time. So, like, how do you even become the owner of that? That's crazy.
See, what I'm waiting on is for Jerry Jones to say that he's selling Dallas Cowboys.
I don't think you ever hear that.
Because if they sold the Lakers for $10 billion,
how much you think they'd get for the Dallas Cowboys?
He might get $100
billion.
But
whoa! I was about to say, goodness.
He it's gonna be. He might get 20.
I don't think he's gonna ever give it up though.
I mean, he may not, but the worth of the Dallas Cowboys, you might get $20 billion for that.
I just don't know how you even get your name in that pot to own a team. That's what I keep thinking about. Like, what in the world? Like, you had to be making bank to own a team. That's crazy.
I think you got to be I don't know. Some stuff is right time, right place.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's no way you just popped up and called Jeannie Buss and said, "Hey, I want to buy the Lakers." Sure.
Because it might have been in the talks anyway.
Yeah, it had to be. Probably for a couple of years. That's not a deal that y'all just made.
Right.
Yesterday.
Just out the blue. Yeah. You're right. I mean, I can see what you're saying.
Y'all had some. Well, Jeannie's thinking about selling it, and that was 3 years ago. Like, it had to be something like that.
I believe you. I believe it. And like I said, I just hope it turns whatever this purchase does, it turns Lakers around for the fan base, because I know they have a huge fan base.
They're not worried about that.
Of course they're not. But, no. I mean, for the Laker fans, I'm hoping it's going to turn it around for the better.
What gets a team their money? Yeah, winning is cool. But when you can bring... You can bring athletes that can put butts in the seat.
Yeah. So it's pretty much the athletes that you got on the floor.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like we talking about the Pacers and the OKC. Like, I've heard it said, this may be one of the least watched.
They don't really know the players.
Finals.
They don't really know the players.
They know them, but they're not
household names.
Not like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is, I don't know whether they just allowed the refs to actually ref the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything ain't a foul, everything ain't a charge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They allowed the refs to not call calls.
Yeah.
And let them boys really just play. And so the best team is winning.
That's true.
Because I'm pretty sure everybody would have much rather have
like
seen
Boston
and New York.
Like, yeah, that would have been crazy. Ooh, I know you were going to tell them anything right now.
New York playing in Madison Square Garden in a Game 7 for the NBA Finals. Man, that would have been the most watched game probably ever, whether they win or lose.
That's true. That's who I do hope gets their chance. Maybe next year.
If they would have fingers crossed. If they would have put me on the team back when I had my back wasn't messed up, man.
So a 5'10" man was gonna go out there and just change the game.
Yeah. AI did it.
He's 6 foot.
On paper.
You ain't got a lick of common sense. No. So you said you really could have made things shake out there.
Man, I could have made it shake. I had the Wilson Hill jumper too.
Ooh, yeah. Gotcha.
I told you I went to play ball with my cousin.
I know. With your cousin? Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say a team.
We had a team at the park that we was at. And
nothing, not even the recreation department, none of that? Just
no, it was at the, they got a court. You know, I ain't gonna tell you all that.
All right,
you know the story.
Got you, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think we were playing like 3-on-3 or something like that. Like we was like the first big three, but playing and I go over there in that corner.
Jumpers for days.
Jumpers, Wilson Hill jumper, and like I hit like 3 in a row, and like my cousin was like, "Damn, bro." Okay. You know what I'm saying? So after that, like, he kicking it to me every time.
Start missing the ending.
But they started doubling me. See,
now you knew that was coming. They couldn't let you just keep enjoying yourself over there in that corner.
I felt like I was stiff over there.
And was?
Because I guess, I don't know. I guess they judged the book by its cover. Oh, man, he ain't. Man.
Short little stocky guy out there. He ain't doing
3 back to back.
Get him out the game. He's got to go. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Man, I was doing my thing out there.
I believe you. I can see the joy in your face.
It took me back.
I can tell.
But you said my height. There was something I just heard, and they were saying about, we had the conversation about Rod Wave, and I didn't realize that Rod Wave was 5'6".
I don't believe that. He looks taller than that.
They say he's listed at 5'6", 300 pounds. People had jokes saying that he was basically shaped like a bomb.
Shaped like me. Well, that's correct.
No, you're not.
That's crazy. 5'6"?
5'6", 300 pounds.
That's what that man said. That's why he said he's short, angry man.
He's just as wide as he is tall. Now, that's crazy. I had no idea.
He's as wide as he is tall.
Yeah.
Okay. Rod Wave, I appreciate this.
If he mess around and hit 400,
he better get out of here.
Wider than he is tall.
Better get on that old. He better hurry up. He better let himself get no bigger than that. That's a lot of weight on a short man like that.
It is.
Oof. Oh,
it is. That can't be good for the legs.
Oh no, knees just crying. That's crazy. The fact they looked that up is insane. Like, why?
That was funny.
The bomb part was, but like, hey. Like I said, now I see why he's so angry. He's a short guy. That's why. I'm not going to laugh at him tonight. I already did, but I'm not going to laugh anymore. I zipped that up.
Yeah,
zip it on up.
I just thought that was interesting. You brought up my height, so I'm saying.
That has nothing to do with you picking on Rod Wave.
I didn't pick on him. I just said what they said. The infamous they.
They got you. They're going to find who you're talking about. Because that bomb scenario is crazy.
That was funny.
That was crazy.
Before we go, this is gonna be kind of crazy. Do you remember Dylon?
Yes.
Dylon did an interview.
Recently.
You
didn't even tell me.
I just seen it. Dylan's interview.
Dylan.
Dylan made sure in that interview he told you every bit of his life that he wanted to.
Okay.
The reason why I'm pretty sure the man brought him on there to interview him was to talk to him about the Diddy trial.
Right.
How you go from talking to... Never really talked about Diddy trial.
Okay.
He talked about the people who was talking about Diddy, saying that... And I understood what he was saying, but basically saying he's a confrontational type person.
Oh, wow. Don't
wait 20 years and then when the man get locked up, now you want to come out saying you got a problem with Diddy. He said the funniest thing that he did say was about Gene Deal. He said, you have a story. Gene Deal has a story for everything that happens except a story for what he did to that YouTuber. Because Gene Deal never told the story of what happened between him and the YouTuber.
What happened? Well, I don't know.
Where he punched the dude at the... was at the courthouse?
Yeah. He's done interviews since then? Okay.
But when Dallon said that, I was like, damn, he got a point on that.
Oh, no. He don't want to bring that up. He's probably getting sued. Yeah.
Something
most likely.
But yeah, I thought that Dallon interview was very interesting.
We just were talking about Dallon the other day. That's crazy.
He said he was on the run now. Yeah, he said they got a warrant for his arrest.
And he was just doing an interview, and now they have a warrant for his arrest?
Yep.
The way people make time for the wrong things is crazy. I mean, why are you doing an interview? Don't be for real. Anyway, that's crazy right there. I didn't expect it. Well, that took a turn that I didn't expect.
That's what I'm saying. Like he never really talked about the Diddy trial.
He didn't need to. Now what he got going on?
Like he had issues with Wyclef. He had issues with all kind. Now he told the story of how it was with the band and all of that.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, man. I felt lost in the interview. I felt real lost.
So it just didn't have a basis of where he was trying to go with it. Like it just was all over the place.
I think he really wanted to tell you his life story.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
But the interview wasn't supposed to be about that.
Did the man try to direct him back with questions and
I think the man gave up and just let him talk? Because I know Dallon talked for a good hour and that man never said a word.
Just listening to him.
Just listening.
Did he chime in?
No.
I would have been like, this just seems like it'd be a waste of my time right here. That's what that seemed like. But hey, at least he got whatever out he needed to get out, so that's good. He just should have been on there with that situation going on, though.
Exactly. I was reading through the comments. Silly. They said, how is Dallon the oldest member out of the band, but he looks the youngest?
Wow, I gotta go look that up. What no?
I will say, Dallon look like he probably mid-30s.
That's crazy. Dallon ain't let life stress him out. He probably left the band and just went on with his life.
He said he worked at Lowe's in North Carolina.
He's from North Carolina?
No,
he has an accent, though.
Yeah, he's from the islands, but he's born and raised in Brooklyn. But he worked at a Lowe's in North Carolina.
You ever notice North Carolina's where people reside? Like just out of nowhere?
I told you about that light. After they get that light, like gangsters move to where they say gangsters get chubby and move to Miami.
That sounds about right.
Like people that like celebrities and stuff, when they start that light start dwindling, they move to North Carolina.
That sounds about right, there.
I don't know what that means.
So once we become celebrities and our light starts to fade a little bit,
move to North Carolina.
We close already, so that won't be too far of a move. Yeah. I love North Carolina. That won't be bad.
But I just thought that was interesting about Dallon. Yes.
Dallon. Glad he's doing okay, but I hate he's on the run like that. I hope they give him a second chance.
They'll give him something.
Pretty much. Yeah.
To remember.
Whew, don't sound so good. But on that note, I've had a fun night with you tonight.
I had a good time.
I have laughed with you and enjoyed all our takes. So I gotta say, I just can't wait to do it again.
And same here. we got some stuff coming up that we're looking forward to working on, and
always on the move, aren't you?
Trying to.
Makes my heart smile. Makes my heart smile.
But I will say, if you don't know anything about Yo Tish Larry podcast, make sure you tune in.
Like, comment, and subscribe, please. We appreciate everyone that leaves comments for us. And like he said, he has some major things coming up, and we just hope y'all stay tuned and just as he said, keep rocking with us.
Now, with Small Talks with Tish and Larry, we're also working on some moves.
Oh.
So yeah, y'all just stay tuned in and enjoy the ride with us.
Definitely.
But I'm Larry.
I'm Tish, and this is Small Talks with Tish and Larry. We thank y'all for sticking with us, and be blessed and have a safe week.
And remember, if they could do it, you know damn well you can. Peace.